My ramblings. I should be talking about how smoking is bad, but today I'm going to talk about the U.S. Constitution and human nature. Duty is important. A lot of people talk about duty as if that's the normal nature of human beings, and you don't have to look very far back in history to find a group of people who really had a good understanding of what human nature was like. And that turns out to be the framers of our Constitution. They know that people will seek power, they will pursue their own self-interest. In fact, that's what makes America so great in a sense, is because everybody's free to pursue their own opportunities. People pursue scientific study, people pursue industry, people pursue businesses, and in pursuit of their interest to do well, to learn, or what have you, you know, a lot of times you end up making money. You can't exist without money in this society. And so in pursuit of people's own interests to do what's best for them, um, they contribute to a strong America. The framers of the Constitution also know that power corrupts, that there are people that would seek to control and to over others and would try to grab all power for themselves, and thus they formed the Constitution that they did. If you look back, what is it, 100, 130, 40 years later, when not John Lennon, but the Lenin from Russia, totally misunderstood human nature. Yes, he had important ideals. He didn't want an elite society run and controlled by the elites at the detriment of the working class. But still, communism is an economic system. But you don't really get to determine your own destiny. People decide that for you. And so, as benevolent as he may have been, the mere fact that communism goes against human nature, that people want incentive, that they want to pursue their opportunities to become successful and do well, for their own well-being, for their own sake. Because he didn't take that into account, communism just is doomed to failure. The framers of the Constitution know that people pursue their own intentions, and that there are amongst us lots of people who, when they get into power, they exploit their ability to expand that power, whether it's in gangs, or whether it's in businesses with bad bosses, or whether it's in governments. And so the checks and balances were put in place so that one individual couldn't exert himself and thus become a tyrant. And that's over others, and that's really what the framers of the Constitution were protecting themselves from. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And you look at any isolated system, whether it's in government, and social systems or other, there are people who seek to expand their influence and control over others, and just do that because for somehow they, that's just what they do. So this could go on and on and on, but the key point is that the framers of our Constitution understood human nature, and they framed a system of government to protect themselves, and as time has shown, it is intended to protect us as well, citizens of this country. So, thank you for tuning in. If you were entertained, if you were amused, troubled, or just liked the video, please hit the like button below. And thanks again. Goodbye.